Hi, how are you today? Well, pardon my eyes are kind of swollen. I don't know what's wrong, but well, it shall be well. So, how are you? Today, I want us to talk about our self-love. I figured we expect people who don't even love themselves to love us. And it's a Bible principle for you to love yourself. It's not narcissism. I've had, people say, oh, she's a narcissist. He's a narcissist. Loves themselves too much. No, that's a principle of the Bible. That for you to love your neighbor, you have to love yourself first. Or I usually want to discuss these things, based on the Bible. And just in case you want to take a reading, it's from Galatians. It's from Galatians. Okay, right here. It's Galatians 5. Galatians 5:14. Galatians 5:14 says, if you also want to take a reading, it says, for the entire law is fulfilled in keeping this one command. The entire law, like if you read from back then, the Bible was telling us to run a good race, to pray, to do all these things. But the Bible literally is telling us that the greatest of all those things that we are commanded to do is to love. Now, here it is saying, Galatians 5:14, that for the entire law is fulfilled in one keeping of his command. In other words, the whole entire commandments, the 10 of them, can be fulfilled through one scripture. That is, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Let me repeat. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. The benchmark is loving yourself first. Because you can only love your neighbor just as you love yourself. It means if you don't love you, there is no way you are going to love me. There's no way. There's that song that says, you can buy your hair, but it won't grow. So love the hair you have. You can go and do all the surgeries that you need in the world. At the end of the day, if it's not within you, if the love doesn't spill from within you, it won't. I was watching a documentary about K. Michelle, and she said how society told her she wasn't good enough. Yeah. Nadia and Nakola surgery, she enhanced her, bums and the hips, until she got issues, and then she realized, regardless of you have hips and buns and all these things, at the end of the day, if you don't love yourself, people won't love you the way you are. Enhanced, they won't. She had to go back. You can imagine the period of transitioning from you to another person, then from another person back to you. Obobulumi. So every day I tell myself I love me the way I am. I'm not going to let society suffocate me, because the Bible tells me to love me. Once I love me, I'm going to give you, I'm going to appreciate you, I'm going to love you, because I love me. The key word here is self-love. You can only love me, like I said, if you love yourself first. Learn to fall in love with yourself. Sit chibi, guys. Toya gali. Fall in love with yourself. If having a very good perfume makes you fall in love with yourself, if taking yourself for a spa, if looking at yourself in a mirror makes you fall in love with yourself, if doing a very good hairstyle makes you fall in love with yourself, please do that, because we want you to love yourselves before you love us. Please. It's a principle of a Bible. You can love your neighbor the way you love yourself. You guys, the way I love myself, I usually tell God when I'm praying, God, I'm not dying now. For some random reason, I always tell God, because I love myself too much for me to be involved in atrocities like suicide bombings, simani like what, I can't, because the way I love myself, I even get shiver. The way I love myself, like, I feel like I can't burn down people, including myself, like the suicide bombers. Yeah. And I usually try, I'm always around kids because I love kids so much. Yeah. I usually tell them, you are beautiful, you are handsome, you are perfect, you are this, because I want them to love themselves. I tell them, oh my God, you are what? You are cute, you are beautiful. Why? Because I want them to fall in love with themselves. I know when they grow up, they will love another person. They will love another human being, because you know what? Their cup is full, their heart is full. I understand some people have grown up in backgrounds where they usually abuse you. They tell you, you're not pretty enough, you're not beautiful enough, you're ugly, and Nekati singer, we teach ourselves, we educate ourselves that we need to love ourselves, and even teachers, parents, guardians. But if we raise our children telling them they are perfect, they are good, they need to love themselves, such a person cannot deviate from what has been taught to them, at an early age. Now, all we do is pour down hatred. There's no way. That's a joke. That's a lie. Imagine I don't love myself. I don't care for myself. How am I going to care for the next person? Because it begins with you. So the Bible is telling us to love our neighbor just as we love ourselves, which means you are the benchmark to loving the neighbor. So start loving yourself. And I usually tell people, being you is your power. I can't be my sister cannot be me. Regardless of your twins or not. I can't love my sister if I don't love me. If I'm depressed, angry all the time, how am I going to love them? Because you could ask yourself, what am I going to do to love myself? First of all, figure out the things that you do that make you happy, because it begins with, being happy. Some people fall in love with themselves by, smelling good. So you feel good about yourself. It makes you love yourself more. Prayer is one of the ways. If you find solace, if you find self-love through prayer, do that on a daily. Pray so that you find that love. And when you love, then you're going to pour down onto another. There are certain things you can do. But first of all, you need to fall in love with yourself. So I have my friend here, Dada. Mama Dada. Talk to us. Omuntu ateyagala sobola okwagala omulala.
Ateyagala?
Singa oba gwe tewayagalanga, you have hatred or obuchayi bungi.
Of course, tosobola.
So katukola tuti.
Of course, wanzinga bwe bagamba unokusokera koza omutima gwo, then ojja kukola ebitukiridde. Of course, unokweyagala, then noyagala balala. Yes.
Okay. So abantu bagamba ki?
Abantu kyembagamba. The kyembagamba, of course, unokusoka kweyagala, then you love others.
That's perfect.
Yes.
That doesn't kwagala. So I was going to say, lastly, love yourself again. Fall in love with yourself. Fall in love with your eyes, your ears, your nose, your word. Do things that make you fall in love. Have all the love for yourself, the stoge, the agape, the eros. Byonna soko gwenga gwe. Byonna gwenga gwe soka weyagali. So once you love yourself, you're going to love your neighbor, just as the Bible commands us. Just in case you've just tuned in, it's Galatians 5:14 that we need to love our neighbors just as we love ourselves. So it means the benchmark to loving my neighbor is loving me first. Love yourself. Oyagali. When you love yourself, there are things you want to do because they will make you uncomfortable. You won't rob another person, you won't steal, you won't kill, because how do you sleep in the night? It means you are going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to be happy. So you won't disturb someone else's peace. Love yourself too much that you'll preach out onto the next person, because once they have salvation and love God, everyone will live in peace and harmony. It means you will have peace and harmony. I love myself too much, and that is why I love you too much. So let's treat ourselves with kindness, with care. Let's have self-love. And that way we are going to make a world a very beautiful, beautiful, better place for everyone to live. Galatians 5:14 again. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Well, you can buy your hair, it won't grow. You can buy all if you say so. You can buy all the makeup the man can make, but you can look inside you, find out who am I to. You can buy all the man, it'll make you unfitted too.